It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And the spotlight is on Justin Herbert. He got his reps in a week ago, over 400 yards through the air. It's the Cowboys and the Eagles coming up next.
The city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the latter when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener, threw a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the game. So that was something that was harped upon all week in practice. Because if he's going to help this team be a winning one, he can't give the football away like he did last week.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. Play action. It's Herbert. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Trying to run for it with Pollard, and he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Didn't get it by much, but bottom line got the first down. Avoiding that 3 and out, how vital is that on the first drive?
To me, it's like the first round of a boxing match. You know, it may not mean much right then and there, but you'd rather not lose it, right? So you want to go ahead and get it, kind of establish something early, and hope it can carry through.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Herbert. Left side here, taken in by Metcalf. Well, the pretty move couldn't create much space, down just beyond the 35. The numbers for him from a week ago: 6 catches, 88 yards, and a touchdown.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open man, right side, it's Lamb. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 42, and obviously well short of the first down. Their opening drive here is going to result in a punt. They got 7 yards there, but not enough.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
And he comes off a tough opening matchup. Threw way too many interceptions in that game. Definitely not the way you want to kick off a new season. So he said to himself, I've got to throw that game out. I'm going to get a fresh start right here in week 2.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll start with the option. Oh, good move. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Throwing is Hurts. It's complete to Brown, right side. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Hurts sets up to throw it. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on 4th down. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Brandon Graham. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Here's Herbert. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. He's got him in, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 30 yards there, and of course the 1st down as well.
That's a well-thrown ball right there. This is where arm strength pays off because he's got to be able to get the ball both downfield and to the sideline. And that's one of the more difficult throws for a quarterback, and he put it right where it needed to be.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. That would almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And some room to work. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and the Dallas 1st down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Herbert off of play action. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Oh, this will be incomplete. Rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
The kick by Carlson is good, and the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. Well, both teams kind of feeling each other out here, and now after 3 drives, we have a score with that field goal.
Yeah, they're still waiting for their breakout drive to come to them, all right? They're using the playbook well. They're looking for that extra section that says touchdowns instead of field goals, but they'll take the 3 for now and try and get set up for more later.
So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'm trying to do better. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And this is going to be an Eagles 1st down as he's able to get this out past the 40. The Eagles had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Another run here with Sanders. And he'll get it inside the 35. The numbers for Sanders last week: 18 carries, 91 yards, and a touchdown.
How about we shine a little spotlight on the offensive line? Those big guys up front are creating nice space, nice gaps for them to run through. I think he's going to go for over 100 yards in this game.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Hurts. Got him in. It's Brown. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Here's Hurts to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Herbert. That's caught once again by Gallup. A busy first quarter. His third catch of the afternoon is a first down. Herbert now. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 3-3, a tight one after one on EA Sports. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. To the air again, Herbert, and it's incomplete.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way, so he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it, just move on to the next play.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
To me, this is a case of if you're not getting the ball, you've got to do your job and block for the guy who is, because there really wasn't much there. And, boy, the defense took advantage with that loss.
And the defense, they were just locked in there on third. They had more guys than they could block. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Hurts. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This one taken just inside the 10. And he returns this to the 22. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll set up to throw. Toward the sideline, he will have the 1st down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet inbounds. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
This offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Again, he'll drop to throw. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. Finding room at midfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right. And after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. Throwing again on second down. Hurts. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Back to throw again. Drops this one down to Gainwell. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be fourth down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in down. And that'll bring him back within 4. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So here are the Cowboys to take over. They were winners last week, defeating the New York Giants. They lead this one as well right now as they come up 1st and 10. On the out route, it's Lamb with a grab. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. They'll drop this underneath to Pollard. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Over the middle, holding by Lamb. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 41-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
He's got exactly what you're looking for, the ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now it's Herbert. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey, and he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Herbert. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short at first as the tackle is made at the 33. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
Now to try the field goal, here's Daniel Carlson. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. Carlson Wilson able to put this one through. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
Fielded right around the 8. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. A touchdown would tie it. They trail 13-6 as they come up with a 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. It's caught by Sanders. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 40 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Charles. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
The 1-2 combination looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. He'll drop this underneath for Gainwell. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. To throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll look to throw again. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. The kick by Elliott is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Dallas offense set for this next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get him 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on him, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely, no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage, if he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Herbert. And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. They'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 29-yard line. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. And that, incomplete. Daylight in front if he could have held on, but he didn't. So instead it's 2nd down. His throw incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at 3rd and 10. Herbert throwing again. Open man Lamb. It's complete. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. The great move couldn't free him. Taken down at the 10. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. Here's Herbert. That completes it again to Metcalf. Yeah, the Cowboys are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And it'll be intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll get started over at the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. And it's the Saints who have the lead in the second quarter. Trey Lance with a couple of touchdown passes. From there, we head north to Minnesota. Check on the Vikings at home at US Bank Stadium. And that one all even as they play the visiting Carolina Panthers. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Cowboys. And they've had plenty of success throwing the football so far this afternoon, as they're on pace to throw for over 300 yards if their form holds. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they were on the other end of the spectrum in terms of passing efficiency. That's going to need to improve in the second half to come.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. This one fielded at the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one and set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
Another run with Sanders. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. On third down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Up the middle they go with Sanders. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards and the first down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Here's Hurts to throw. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Hurts. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 31-yard line. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
On 1st and 10, it's Gainwell. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. On on 2nd and 9. Hurts. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Chauncey Golston. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
The passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Haven't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. This will be from 56 yards out. And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright. And that will keep this a 4-point game. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
So the missed 56-yarder, and now the flip side. Good starting field position at the 46 near midfield. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And across the midfield, stripe into Eagle territory. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Another run, this time McCaffrey. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he will have a Cowboys first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Play action. It's Herbert. Not wasted time, going right back to DK Metcalf. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. From the 38, Herbert. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. Oh, he shifts past him. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 52 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw pulled in by Lamb. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him, but even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
Out is Carlson now for the Raider field goal. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Carlson is good, and that'll make this a 7-point game. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. They are down by a single possession here, 16-9, as they come up 1st and 10. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. A throw over the middle taken in. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And that almost intercepted. They would have allowed to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
A little juke. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the 1st down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And his defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. On 2nd and 9, Herbert. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Herbert on 1st down now. Ball delivered complete on the crossing route Gallup. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now it's Herbert. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. 1st down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Herbert off of play action. On the move to his left. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Kaiser White. And the Eagles are right back in this football game.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this fourth quarter deficit. Now this series could very well determine our outcome. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 91 yards on the ground now for Sanders. He's got a first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. He delivers another to Goddard, complete. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. On 2nd down, Gainwell looking for space. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. That's a gain of 6.
Throwing is Hurts. And this is going to be incomplete. They're going on 4th down with Hurts. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. Start to get it done as you noted, and they did.
A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. And incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Back to throw again. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. The kick by Elliott is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, fourth quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Cowboys about set to take over on offense. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Swinging this out for Pollard. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on third down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Left side to Lamb. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Pollard going to try the right side. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Here's Herbert. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 35. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Now a give here to Pollard, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
So when your team leading in the fourth quarter, you know you've got to run the football. They know you've got to run the football. Sometimes that means there's nowhere to run the football.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Herbert now. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And that will be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back throws defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
The kick by Carlson is good, and that'll make this a 7-point game. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position. but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Hurts and the Eagles now down by 7. 2 minutes, 17 seconds to go. Plenty of time here. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning as they've got it 1st and 10. On 1st down, Hurts. That's swung out wide to Sanders. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. He's back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. He'll look to throw. And that's complete to Sanders. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. One crisis averted, but they still need to move hastily. Brown with his stick skills. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Oh, no, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10, 5, and this defense has broken it open as they return it to the house for 6. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room, or they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Carlson down to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. So now the story changes. Trailing in this one now. At time, a huge factor. It's an extremely tall order in front of them, but they've got the ball with a 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Hurts to throw. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Hurts. Escaping, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Herbert to a knee, and that should just about write it into this one. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish. Just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for Dallas, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory.
And they will head home next week to take on the Washington Commanders.
Meanwhile, for the Eagles,